You know him as a YouTube star. Brandon Rogers is here in studio at AfterBuzz. We're so excited to talk to him. Let's get the conversation started.
I'm Maria Menounos, and you're tuned in to AfterBuzz TV, the ESPN of TV talk. Now, let the buzz begin.
Yay! This is so exciting.
I'm very excited to be here.
I love it. You
Thank you
guys
for having me.
know. Oh, this is so exciting.
Oh.
You guys, as I said, you know Brandon Rogers from YouTube. He is an actor, comedian, director. He does it all.
You're
and
very
we're
nice.
so excited to have him in studio. I'm Teague Julie Panko, and we're gonna get into it. We're gonna go deep, okay? We're gonna go really deep. Are you ready for that?
I'm ready to go as deep as you want to go, Teague.
Okay, all right. I don't know if you're ready for this, but here we go. What was your childhood like? I'm just kidding.
It was fun, and I wish you were there.
I know, same.
Yeah.
I feel like we would have had fun.
We would have, yes.
Okay, so before we get into what you're doing now, I'd like to kind of take a step back.
Okay.
And I think the coolest thing about your story is
Yes.
that you got your start making creative content at a law firm.
At a law firm. I worked at a
Who
law
knew?
firm. Yeah, it was weird. I
Okay.
worked in a cubicle, and I made videos to help them sell the case to the jury.
Did you ever not believe the things that you were selling? You're like, oh, this might
Kind
not
of.
be.
There were some people I'm like, lady, you should have known not to step in front of a bus when you didn't have the right. It's like some people were idiots, and we
Yeah.
would win. And I
Wow.
would be yes, and they pick up their checks, and I'd see them come in the office. I'm like, you know, you don't deserve this.
But it was all because of your creative videos, I'm sure.
I like to think that I had a big part in it. I hope it was. Yeah.
Yeah, that's amazing. So tell me about your transition from working at the law
Right.
firm to making your own content.
Those videos were sad because I had to show everyone on the jury, look at his life now that he can't walk anymore, and look what that's like. So I want to do a funny version of that, and like, what's a
Yeah.
documentary of a day in the life of someone who's absurd or crazy? So a hall monitor came out, and a grandpa, and all these other characters started stemming in this lore and this world, and here I am on AfterBuzz TV, which this is the pinnacle of my career. So it's all downhill from here. I made it on AfterBuzz.
You are doing very cool things, which we
Thank
should
you.
probably just get into since we're talking about it.
Oh,
Comedy Central series, tell me all about it.
Comedy Central. I'm working with big boys now. That's comedy. Yeah,
So excited for you.
It's very nerve-wracking. I show up on set, imposter syndrome hitting me from every. I'm just like I'm just a YouTuber who I don't belong on Comedy Central. It's very
No.
surreal. This has been a very surreal year for me. And now
Yeah.
I'm going to the Streamys next week, and this whole month of December's just been a blessing in not so many disguises.
Yeah, well, that's so amazing. So tell me all about. We don't know much about this Comedy Central series yet. I don't know how much you can talk about.
Well, it's called Under the Influencer, and
okay,
I basically come on, and they write sketches that they think work for me, and they're very funny, and I act in them. They're like kind of SNL meets Comedy Central.
I love that.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
love that. A funny
It's
show all around.
They're funny little snackable sketches that they have me in, so I'm very happy. They're very similar to my videos in that sense. Yeah.
Look at you. You've so earned it. How does that feel? Do you ever pinch yourself? Like, wait a second, I'm so sorry. How'd this happen?
Yes, I'm always pinching myself. I'm always checking the mirror to make sure this is actually me and I'm not living someone else's life. But half the time, it's always a different face looking back at me because
Right.
I spend half the time as a different human being.
I love it. Who's your favorite?
Oh, I love Sam. He's as you could tell, he's very heterosexual and Republican. And yeah, I love all of the characters that smile because it makes me feel happy when I fake a smile. You know, you play a character who's happy all the time. At the end of the day, you're a little bit happier. you know?
Yeah, I
so,
love that. Well, that's so exciting. So you ultimately got started. So I kind of do want to take a step back.
Okay.
You grew up in California. Your family's from Australia, correct?
They're not from Australia.
Are they not? That's what Wikipedia says. So we gotta correct
Wikipedia,
that.
come on, you guys.
Wikipedia.
But I will say I would like it if they were from Australia because I
That'd
think
be a fun
Australians.
story.
I think they have great sense of humor. Australian people.
Yeah.
Oh, I love that. But no, I'm not from. I'm from. My
I
family's
wonder
from
how
Spain.
that started. Oh, maybe
And-
someone got confused. A different.
They're both great
country,
vacation
yeah.
spots to travel to.
True.
I think so. Maybe that's where they got the
Correct.
mix up. But
Yes.
yes, and.
But you grew up in
I grew
California.
up in California. I'm a California native. Had a very boring suburban Caucasian upbringing in a very small town. Yeah, and I'm very Americanized. People think I speak this language or that, but I don't. I speak English very well most of the time.
Wow. So, well, I think you do.
Oh, thank you, thank
but
you.
so how did you ultimately, when you were growing up, did you do theater? Did you
Oh,
think
yes.
you did? Okay, great.
Yes, I grew up
Okay.
in a small town, and I am a homosexual. So theater was a go-to. I had
Yes.
it was a good escape living very far from any metropolitan area. Hey, you got theater at least, you know. No gay bars, but we got theater. And I did that for like 6 years. I was at improv and children's shows where we'd travel to different schools. I did it all. And,
Oh, amazing. Do you ever work with some of the people that you grew up doing comedy and stuff with? Really?
Yeah, I still work with people that I went to high school with.
Oh,
which
how
is really
fun is that?
Yeah, it's
That's
really
rewarding.
fun. It is. It is. You just also you kind of know how they are to work with too. It's a familiar aspect. It's nice to work with someone and not have to worry about like, oh my gosh, what if they don't like me, or what if they don't, what if they're not a good at, what if you know who they are. And I like to keep it very familiar. I use the same actors in every sketch, every video. I'm using the same kind of cast of people and recasting them as different characters.
Good. That's nice because it's
fun.
like less off the top. It's less stress off the top.
It is, and we're like a family. We really are like a family.
Good. I love it. Okay. Do you have any comedy idols? Anyone you'd like to work with in the future? Anybody you try to mimic anything about?
I think a rite of passage into being Hollywood royalty is to, in my opinion, be in a Tarantino film, a Scorsese film, a Tim Burton film, or in any director that has a very stylized look. I would love to be in. And I think let's start with Tarantino. If I'm ever in a movie like that, I feel like that's one of those bucket list, like you made
For
it
sure.
things. Yeah. Anyone else that I want to work with? I don't know. There aren't any cool serial killers who are still alive, so I can't. I don't know. There's no one really super. I'd love to work with everyone. After you, it's just downhill from here.
mean, you've made it. Welcome to the top.
And then I have to go to the stupid Streamys next week. I don't know. This is really why I got to this point so far.
How exciting though. The Streamies are such a big deal, and to be recognized and be around your community. What's that like for you?
It's fun. It's kind of like it feels like a very big awards show with fewer rules. It's really fun because
That's so great.
the Streamies, there's like it's a big event, but it's also I feel like people there get a little crazier. People dress a little bit more flashy and
Love it.
And it's sort of like the internet's secret award show that not a lot of people know about right now. But I think it's a fun
becoming,
event.
I think,
every year
quite
it gets
a
bigger
thing.
and bigger, and I'm very excited. This year I get to be one of the collaborative hosts. They're going.
I love that.
Instead of one host, they're kind of having a multitude of people host this event, and I get to be one of them.
Oh my gosh! Can you believe that?
I can't believe it. And I was on the phone with them today, and they said, "Brandon, can you sing?" And I said, "I can sing a little bit."
I can absolutely sing.
I can't sing at all, but I can
Doesn't matter.
confidently do it badly.
Yeah, I love that. That's really all you need to do.
I think so.
Yeah.
It's all about the delivery.
Yeah. Is there anything you can tell us about what's going to happen? Or is it all hush
Oh
hush
my God,
right now?
they're very hush hush about it.
Yeah, that
but
makes
it is-
sense.
It's a flashy event. It's very.
Okay.
I mean, every year they do some big, extravagant,
Thing.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
not just announcing categories. It's a show in itself, and it's very exciting. Every year I talk to people who have hosted it or who have been behind the scenes as presenters or whatnot, and I'm like, oh gosh, that sounds like such a fun show to be a part of. And this year, they had me doing quite a bit. It'll be hard not to miss me if you're just casually watching the show.
Oh, I'm so excited for you. That's a really big deal in a career.
Thank you.
Okay, so next is a segment I like to call the internet, fans, fakers, and trolls. So I just have some questions about what it's like to be a personality on the interweb.
All
I'm sure it's stressful. So what's it like? First, the positive.
Yeah.
What's it been like for you to gain fans and interact with your fans over the years? Because it seems like they're a very supportive bunch.
Oh my gosh! The first time it happened was at a Best Buy. I walk up to the counter, and the guy prints out this blank receipt paper, rips it off, and says, "Can you sign this for my girlfriend?" And that hit. There was no other no other fan interaction that has hit me quite that hard, because that's the first when you first get recognized. Like I'm sure you. Do you remember the first time anyone's ever?
No one's really recognized
Really?
me. Like I did some county fair pageants. So at home I get recognized in the suburbs of Chicago.
Oh yeah. Oh, Chicago. That's why I like you so much. You're from Chicago. Everyone from Chicago is so great. But no, what fan interactions? I guess I never get used to it, and I never quite understand celebrities who are. Maybe I haven't made it to that point. But even in places like VidCon, where you are swarmed with fans, I don't know. I get this like Elvis Presley rush. It's always just like, wow, this is physical validation for the work I put so much time and effort into. In my opinion, that's it's not live stage work, but it is the equivalent of the applause for this medium of content. So I embrace it. I embrace every fan. I don't judge any fans. I welcome them all.
That's so sweet. Well, that's probably why you've been so incredibly successful.
I enjoy this industry very much, and I enjoy. It's like it's a sport every year. You're like, what can I do this year? What can I? And at the end of the year, you kind of it is fun because the Streamys are at the end of the year every year, and you sort of get recognition for what some of the stuff you did. And
love it, and you deserve that. Okay, so now the darker side of people on the internet. Trolls. Do you ever deal with trolls, and how do you deal with them? Do you combat them? Oh, is this some dramatic music I just heard? I love that, Jennifer.
Oh my gosh. It's the troll music.
It's the troll music.
It's the
Here
troll
they are.
Theme song. Yes. I kind of am, I don't know. I don't get trolled really.
Really? That's great.
And if I were to, I wouldn't. I mean, how do you troll? My work trolls itself. I feel like my work is very self-aware with how trashy and vile it can be, and it's kind of hard to. I don't know. Maybe people do troll me, and it just goes right over my head.
That's great because I know a lot of people, especially YouTubers, get affected by that, and it's tough to kind of deal with.
Well, a lot of YouTubers have, they are themselves in their video. That's their persona. My personas are fictitious, and I kind of, they're sort of like masks that I get to wear because, I think if people don't know who I am, my political views, religion, whatever, as long as I'm just sort of the guy behind the mask, it's all in good fun, and they don't have anything to crystallize their trollness off of.
Yes. Okay, next section is the projects section. I could have come up with a cooler segment name. We're going to the projects. Here we go. Okay, so let me see. Oh, well, I wanted to kind of talk about the video that we all know and love so much. Move, I'm Gay. Did you did you ever imagine that you were going to, like, people were going to see that and it was going to take off? Did it take off right away?
That particular line, I didn't think it was going to take
right away.
Yeah, I didn't think that line was going to go big.
Really?
There are some lines that I'll say in my video where I'm like, oh, that has potential to go viral. That little line, that could be a meme. And sometimes it would happen.
Yeah.
But other times I would be totally blindsided by what actually people loved. So I'm like, move, I'm gay. That was just a segue to the other joke, which is where he says, oh, we gays are just simply better people in the workplace. And so, but the move, I'm gay was just a segue line to get to that part. So I didn't think, and that's the one that blew up. So every Pride, I'll see it. Move, I'm gay, this, and it's such a fun thing to and of course I'm very shameless about it. If I see someone wearing it on like a fanny pack or something, I'm like, I made that.
So I love that. I love that. That's so amazing. That's such a good one. I feel like that's the first thing I saw of yours. And
thank you. Well, I'm glad it didn't scare you off. And
no,
here I am still.
Love it. Yes, you're here. We're doing it. Okay, so I wanted to kind of talk to you about. This is kind of interesting.
Yes.
Do you have any favorite quotes or mantras you like to live by?
Yes.
Oh,
yes.
you do? Yes.
I firmly stand behind the belief that for me, I like to keep the 90% of people who know that I'm a terrible comedian separated from the 10% who just haven't made up their minds yet. And you keep those people in separate rooms and you can coast by just fine. I don't know. I think that a great mantra is... I think a bad mantra.
Give me a bad one.
What goes around comes around. I think as long as you're not hurting yourself or anyone else, do whatever you want.
I like that.
I think that sometimes we guilt ourselves with what goes around comes around. Sometimes it goes around and it doesn't come back.
True.
Yeah.
That is true.
Sometimes things come around you didn't send.
Right.
So
exactly.
That's just life.
Just gotta go with it. It's a YOLO type of thing.
You only do live once unless you have magical powers, which I'm still working on.
Great. Okay, so now I think it's time for our game, which I'm so excited about. Okay, you can't see what I'm going to ask you. So we're going to do rapid fire, and I'm going to do a minute. So I'm going to look at the clock and give me interesting answers.
Teague, my heart rate is increasing.
I'm so excited. Okay, Here we go.
Okay.
So here we go.
Okay.
Last thing you ate.
Egg.
An egg. Last person you texted.
Elisa, my PR person. There she is.
There she is. Favorite movie.
Little Miss Sunshine, because it's feel good.
It's so good. Yeah. Describe yourself as a teenager in 3 words.
Asterisk, whole is the first word. And loving ladies man, because I was still straight.
Love it. Okay, biggest pet peeve?
Bad artwork.
Favorite thing in your closet right now?
Oh, my high heels.
Love it. Celebrity crush?
Oh, I think James Franco.
Oh, we have to ask you about that. Okay, last thing you told your best friend.
Get lost.
Best interview you've ever done?
This one.
Yes. Good answer. We got through them all.
I hope I
won.
My
gosh. Nice work.
High five. I felt the high five
He did
coming.
it. Yeah. I really geared up for that one. Okay, that was amazing. I do want to ask you really quickly about the James Franco project you worked on.
Yeah,
That's
I got to work with him.
Amazing and insane. How was that?
He's been like my not just celebrity crush, but just someone I want to work with.
Truly.
Number one for years.
Truly.
And I got to work with him. I played Harry Potter, and he directed it. He wasn't acting in it.
Yes.
But I got to play. I was Harry Potter wearing a thong.
I love
yeah,
that.
Yeah. I got to crowd surf over some people, and he hoisted me up, and I'm in a thong being lifted up by James Franco going, I've made it. That might have been the peak of my career.
Wow. I think that is a very good peak. I don't know if you can go up from there.
I try every year.
You do.
If that same exact shoot with that same exact scene happens, then maybe.
then that can keep happening. Yeah. Well, we thank you so much for coming in here for a spotlight on Brandon Rogers. It's been so great to get to know you.
Thank you for having me.
You are so wonderful. We can't wait to see what you do next.
Oh, well, until we meet again.
So tell everybody where they can follow you. And if there's anybody that you want to say anything to, your followers, anybody you want to give a message to, give them a shout out.
Hey, followers, if you're watching this, welcome back. And if you're new, just type in my name in whatever search bar you like best. Just type Brandon Rogers. If you like YouTube, type it in YouTube. You like Instagram, type it in. I'm everywhere. Just type in my name, and I hope you like what you find.
Amazing. Well, thank you so much for joining us. Until next time, you're the best. Yay! Thanks for joining us, guys. Yay!
Our founder, Keven Undergaro, and me, Maria Menounos, would like to thank you for tuning in to AfterBuzz TV. Remember, we're not just the first, we're the biggest in the world, and we're the only destination for all your favorite TV shows. Whatever you crave, we've got it. So go to AfterBuzzTV.com and check out our lineup. Buzz you later.
The views expressed herein are those of the hosts only and do not necessarily reflect the views of AfterBuzz TV or its owners or principals.